Welcome to Elorm Echoes. My name is Nanama Elorm, and this is episode 1 of our true life inspired stories. They said our love was a mistake. Here is the truth. Most people think love is about the words you say, the I love yous whispered under the moonlight, but learned that the deepest love is actually found in the things you don't say. My name is Amara. In my village, and even in the busy streets of Accra, where I eventually moved, I was known as the girl who talked too much. My grandmother used to say I was trying to fill the whole world with my voice because I was afraid of what the silence might tell me. Then I met Kofi. I met him at a crowded coastal market. It was chaos, vendors shouting prices, horns blaring, the smell of fried plantain and salt air. I was struggling with 2 heavy bags of flour when a pair of strong hands simply took them from me. I looked up, ready to give a witty thank you or a sharp I can do it myself, but the man just smiled. It wasn't a rehearsed smile. It was a quiet, steady light. He didn't say a word. He just walked me to my bars, set the bags down, touched his chest, and nodded. I saw him again a week later at the same spot. Then this time, I was prepared. I tugged his ear off. I told him about my job, my annoying boss, and how the rain had leaked through my roof. He listened better than anyone I had ever known. He watched my lips, his eyes focused and kind. It took me 3 minutes to realize Kofi didn't speak, not because he chose not to, but because he lived in a world of absolute silence. He was deaf. When my friends found out, they whispered behind my back, "Amara, you are a firecracker," they said. "You need someone who can shout back at you, someone who can sing to you. How can you love a man who can't even hear your name?" But they didn't see what I saw. The challenge wasn't the silence, it was my own impatience. I had to learn to slow down. I started learning sign language, but my fingers were clumsy. I felt like I was failing him. One evening, we were sitting by the lighthouse in Jamestown. I was frustrated because I couldn't explain a complex feeling I was having about my late father. I was sighing too fast, making mistakes, and finally, I just threw my hands down and cried. I felt like there was a wall between us that no amount of love could climb over. I thought maybe they were right. Maybe we are from 2 different worlds. Kofi didn't look frustrated. He didn't look hurt. He reached out and took my hands in his. He placed my right hands over his heart and his hands over mine. His eyes closed. He wasn't waiting for a sign. He wasn't waiting for a sound. He was feeling the rhythm. In that moment, the noise of the city faded. The crashing waves became a vibration in my chest. He looked at me, and without a single word, his eyes told me, "I didn't need to hear your voice to know who you are. I feel your soul." I realized then that I had spent my whole life talking because I was scared of being alone. But with Kofi, even in the silence, I wasn't alone. I was finally heard. We have been married for 6 years now. We have a daughter. Her name is Essie. She is 3 and she is bilingual. She speaks with her mouth to me and with her hands to her father. Our home is the quietest house on the block, but it is also the loudest. It is loud with the sound of laughter. That doesn't need words. It is loud with the way he touches my shoulder when he passes me in the kitchen. It is loud with the peace we've built. I used to think love was a conversation. Now I know love is the atmosphere you create when the conversation ends. You don't need a voice to tell someone they are your home. All you need is to be brave, to believe with your heart. This brings us to the end of today's story. Tell me what you think about the story in the comment section. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.